the most powerful weapon Jesus used against Satan. It is written. The wilderness, where trust is tested. In Matthew 4, Jesus is led into the wilderness, the same place where Israel was tested for 40 years. But where Israel failed again and again, Jesus stood. He was hungry, he was alone, and the accuser came, not with obvious evil but with shortcuts. Turn stones to bread. Test God's protection. Seize power without suffering. But Jesus did not argue. He did not appeal to his own identity. He simply breathed 3 words, "It is written." 3 times he quoted Deuteronomy, the words God gave to Israel in their wilderness. His weapon was not himself, it was the Father's word. The Father and the Son, not a doctrine, a relationship. When we looked at John 3:16, we did not see a formula for salvation. We saw a father giving his most precious possession, his beloved Son. The Hebrew mind does not ask, "What is the essence of God?" It asks, "What has God done?" What did he do? He loved, he gave, he did not spare his own son, yet the son was returned. Just as Isaac was returned Abraham's son. In Genesis 22, Abraham raised the knife. God said, "Stop," and a ram was provided. Isaac walked down the mountain alive. That is the pattern, unconditional love revealed through an act of returning, the son given back. With Job, God's acts, not abstract images. We turn to Job. When Jehovah, the transliterated name of the 4 consonants YHWH, finally spoke. Jehovah did not explain suffering. He did not reveal his inner nature or personal image. He pointed to creation. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundations? The Hebrew mind sees God in what he does. The sea, the stars, the wild ox, the behemoths. Job never received a theology lecture. He received the whirlwind, and that was enough. Yeshua's own word in Matthew 4:10. At the end of the temptation, Jesus said the most Jewish thing possible. Worship Jehovah your God and serve only him. He quoted the Shema, the daily breath of every faithful Jew. He did not say, "Worship me." He pointed to the Father alone. That was his foundation, that was his sword. The scriptures simply invite us to trust the foundation Jesus relied on, putting Satan on notice. That is not Greek reasoning, that is faithful trust, the kind Abraham had, the kind Miriam had, the kind Jesus lived. The framework we were handed. Christian theology is filtered through a Western, Greek-Roman lens. Word categories like essence, person, nature, substance. Jesus never spoke that way. He spoke Hebrew and Aramaic. He trusted the Father's acts. We no longer have Jesus walking beside us to correct our abstractions. What remains is the same weapon he used against Satan, his Father's word he relied upon. Jehovah YHWH, the name that is a breath. We remembered that the name, the 4 consonants YHWH, is unpronounceable by design. Some say it is the sound of breathing when we inhale and exhale. Every moment we are alive, we whisper the name without knowing it. Solomon said, "God is in heaven and you are on earth, so let your words be few." Job learned, "I spoke of things I did not understand." The Hebrew wisdom is this: you cannot cage the wind, you cannot capture the name. What you can do is trust and act. So what is the invitation? The invitation is not to a new religion, it is a return to the foundation Jesus himself stood on. Worship Jehovah YHWH alone, serve only him, trust the Father's word. And put the accuser on notice, not with noise but with faithfulness. What is the reflection? Jesus did not win in the wilderness by claiming to be God. He won by trusting his God and Father. John 20:17, wielding the word he had already spoken to Israel. That same word is not locked in a book, it lives in the breath. It moves in the act, it returns in the Son. The question is not, what do you believe? The question is, what are you trusting?